Hey everybody, Whiskey Advent, day number 10. Let's get it started. All right, I'm gonna move this chair up, knock over my table, spinning around like that if I didn't move it back. So, yesterday's whiskey. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm actually more upset about getting the casking type wrong than thinking that it was peated. It had some seriously familiar peat notes. Now, not heavy peat and it wasn't smoky, but it felt and tasted like there was peat in it. Now, through some conversations privately with a couple other people, I mean, in all actuality, it could be somewhere in the realm of like 3 to 5 ppm peated and still be called unpeated. And actually, according to the Scotch Whisky Association, or Scotch Malt Whisky Association, whatever it is, anything under 35 ppm can be called unpeated. So, that being said, I did get it. Well, I did say it was single malt, although I did say peated single malt, so maybe a half a point on that one. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide on that. Let me know below. 1 point or half a point. I did hit the proof. That's exciting. I don't hit proof very often. It came in at 51.2. My guess was 51 to 54. So a little happy dance for me on that one. I hit the proof. The casking, I got the casking wrong. I said Sauternes. Really, seriously, a wild stab in the dark on that. I had no idea. I got a few things that reminded me of Sauternes over a typical sherry cask, but this was a canasta sherry cask. I've never heard of it. I had to actually look it up, see what it was. I'm thinking there probably isn't a lot of whiskeys finished in those, but if I would have said generic sherry or just a sherry barrel, I would have counted it. But yeah, different kind of sherry I've never heard about. Really, it doesn't seem like it would be that much more off typical sherry profile. Just looking at the, how they made it. So, I don't know. I guess I just was wrong. It happens, right? So, on to day 10. Day 10's whiskey. Now, I don't remember what day it was. It was early, 2, 3 maybe, but the Campbelltown Lock. I didn't find anything in that whiskey that suggested Campbelltown. I didn't get the Campbelltown funk that I would normally get. This one, however, I am getting a Campbelltown funk. And a little bit more specifically, I'm getting a Springbanky funk. I like it. It's wonderful. I find this fresh bag of rubber bands note, and I find that almost specifically with the Springbank distillery. Now, this one is peated, and quite a bit heavier peated than normal Springbank is. So I'm actually, when I'm done guessing the rest of this, I'm gonna say it's a single malt. It is peated, whether or not I'm right or wrong, but I'm pretty sure this one's pretty well peated. But single malt, the proof is high on this one. I'm having trouble with the proof on this one again. I wrote down 2 different things. I wrote down 57 to 60 and I adjusted 56 to 59. I put a little water in it. It's still a little proofy. Man, I don't know which one to go with here. I'm gonna do the 57 to 60. I think it's pretty hot. I think it's pretty far up there. So single malt, 57 to 60%, and casking. Now, I have a problem. The Springbanks that I've had have all had some kind of sherry in them. So now, is the Campbelltown funk or the rubber bands thing, is that sherry, or is that just the whiskey, or is it a combination of both? I'm gonna struggle with this. I'm gonna say this is sherry finished. I'm getting a little bit of nuttiness that I think is sherry, but I could be way off base here. And this is an ex-bourbon cask and kind of an active ex-bourbon cask. I don't know, but yeah. So here we are officially, single malt, 57 to 60%, and yeah, I'm going with a sherry barrel for a maturation. Distillery guess. I actually think this is going to be, it is a Springbank distillery, I think, and specifically the long grow version of that distillery. This is pretty heavily peated, and I get that specific Springbanky note. So I'm gonna throw it out there. I feel pretty good about it. So long grow, couldn't tell you which version. I mean, if it's a sherry finish, maybe the long grow red. But that's not that high on the proof. I don't know, man. Now I'm second guessing myself because it is awfully proofy. Still, single malt, 5760, sherry barrel. And I'm actually going to throw a bonus point out there to try to guess this distillery. I think this is long grow. What version? Not sure. Couldn't even fathom. I'm sure there's single barrels out there from Independence and so on and so forth that could be in this calendar. I don't know. But that's my guess. We're sticking to it. Cheers, everybody. I hope everyone is having a wonderful holiday season. And thank you for coming along with me on this journey. And cheers to this American spirit.